Hey folks, it's Norm Bergen here, taking you on yet another insider's tour of Jasper National Park. Did you know that the Jasper National Park has a connection with the one and only Sherlock Holmes? You see folks, Arthur Conan Doyle was the creator of Sherlock Holmes. He loved Jasper so much that he came here in 1914 with his wife, and he came again a second time in the early 1920s, and he brought his entire family here to Jasper National Park. In fact, he loved this so much that he wrote a poem about this park. While serving as a doctor in the Boer War in South Africa, Arthur Conan Doyle became friends with the man who served as the first superintendent of Jasper Forest Park. His name was Colonel Samuel Maynard Rogers. Knowing that Doyle wanted to write a Canadian-inspired masterpiece, Colonel Rogers invited him here to Jasper National Park. The Doyles traveled on the Grand Trunk Pacific Railway and landed here in Jasper on the 11th of June, 1914. In his notebooks, Arthur Conan Doyle wrote about seeing the mountains of his dreams come to life in front of him. A line of low, distant hills breaks the interminable plain, which has extended with hardly a rising for 1,500 miles. Above them is here and there a peak of snow. They are the Rockies, my old familiar Rockies. Have I been here before? What an absurd question, when I lived there for about 10 years of my life in all the hours of dreamland. And here they are at last, glimmering bright in the rising morning sun. On his 1914 trip, Arthur Conan Doyle came here to view Mount Robson, the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies. His group had picnics right here at Pyramid Island. He stood here on a bridge overlooking the roaring Maline Canyon. And it was a horseback ride here that inspired his poem, The Athabasca Trail. I shall hear the roar of rivers where the rapids foam and tear. I shall smell the virgin uplands with the balsam-filled air. I shall dream that I am riding down the winding wooded vale with the packer and the pack horse on the Athabasca Trail. In 1925, Canada's master golf architect, Stanley Thompson, designed this golf course here at Jasper Park Lodge. However, folks, he was not the first one to design a golf course here in Jasper National Park. The November 1914 issue of Golf Illustrated ran an article about Arthur Conan Doyle, calling him a pioneer golfer and featuring a photo of him using an engineering rod to lay out a golf course. He and his friend, Colonel Rogers, were quite sure a golf course would make Jasper a top tourist destination. No one knows where that first golf course was laid out, but I imagine they spent a few frustrating hours chasing balls in the forest. I have never understood why a grown man would hit a ball just to go into the bush and find it so he could hit it again. In the 1920s, Arthur Conan Doyle stayed here at Jasper Park Lodge with his entire family. He made a note in the guest book concerning 3 individuals. There was a man from New York. As he had passed away, he met St. Peter at the gate. St. Peter told him, "You will like it here." Then next came a man from Pittsburgh. And as he came in front of St. Peter, he was told, "There will be a lot of changes for you." And then, of course, thirdly came a man from Jasper National Park, and St. Peter said to him, "You will be disappointed." Evermore my heart is with you, evermore till life shall fail. I will be out with pack and packer on the Athabasca Trail. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you in the mountains.
This land was made for you and me.
I'll be dreaming about riding the Athabasca Trail.